Warning. The following video is intended for viewers 13 years and older. Viewer discretion is advised. You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Nice to see everybody back. I have a fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh video for all of you. It's a deck profile of the Dark Magician. This is a competitive version of the deck, and sorry for you guys that are budget players, but you know, it is what it is. So now, if you guys haven't seen any of my other deck profiles, please check out the links below and watch for the cards in the upper right hand corner. Also check out all my social media pages. Those will be linked below as well. And also make sure to subscribe and hit that like button so you guys can support the channel and you won't miss any other fantastic videos from me. So let's get to this deck profile. I'll have some combos at the end of the video, so make sure to stay tuned all the way through for that as well. Alrighty, so now we're going to start off with the deck profile. We're going to play three Dark Magicians. I like using the same art because it does have a competitive advantage. If you guys use three different arts, and you use something to search them or something like that, your opponent will know there's one in your hand, there's one in your graveyard because of the three different arts. But because you have the same art, it actually kind of helps confuse the opponent, thinking like, oh, does he have one in his hand? I don't know. Was the same one in the graveyard? They won't know. So that's why reason why I use the same art. So if you guys want to try that out, trust me, it does work. And we're using the jump version. So let's get some likes for that because, you know, the jump version is the best version. All right, so we're also playing one Red Eyes Black Dragon. So we have to play that because we're playing the Dragoon engine, and it's just what it is. I mean, there's nothing much you could say. It's three brick cards. Enough said about that. Playing also one Dark Magician Girl. Yes, I know, another brick, but there's ways to dump her out a lot easier and you won't draw into her as much. The only time you'd have to probably worry is the starting hand, but I haven't drawn into her that much from testing out this deck. Next, we're also going to play three Apprentice Illusion Magicians because she is basically a free summon. You can't get any better than that. You pitch to summon her. She also has an effect that's on the field or in hand where you can boost up a dark spellcaster's attack to 2000. Nothing better than that. And this deck is about pretty much turboing out Dragoon as best as you can and trying to do it with as many free summons as possible. Now here's another more expensive card. We have Souls, Magician Souls. This card is also a main component of the deck because of its effects. It can summon itself, it can summon Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, and you can't ask for a more powerful card in that sense. Plus it's a level 1 and have a little bit of a level 1 type of engine because level 1 seem to be the most powerful cards in the meta at this time, and everybody wants the most powerful card. So another caveat to this guy's effect is not only by dumping a level 6 or higher dark spellcaster, but you can also pitch 2 spells or traps from your field or hand to be able to draw 2 cards. So he's essentially a pot of greed in itself. We have the main normal summon of the deck, which is Magician's Rod. Now, Rod has become a little bit more powerful in this deck because of the amount of interactions that happens on your opponent's turn and the fact that his graveyard effect comes up more often. You know, the fact that you activate a spell or trap effect during your opponent's turn, you tribute a spellcaster monster, and you're able to add him back to the hand from the graveyard. And that's a very good effect because you're able to continue to keep searching every turn with him as your normal summon. Because as you will see, most of the cards I have here, besides the bricks, are going to be special summoned one way or another. I mean, Dark Magician is going to be special summoned off another card, and that's just what it is. Rod's effect, the fact you can search for any Dark Magician card with Dark Magician in its text, is a big help. He's the Stratos of the deck. Enough said. Here's another special card we have. We have Jester Confiend. You're asking yourself, why are you playing that? Well, you can special summon him in an unlimited amount of times. You special summon one, you special summon a Magician's Rod, or you normal summon Magician's Rod, you go into a link, you can, and you have another one in your hand, you could special summon him again, because his effect is you can only have him special summoned once, I think, while he's on board. So if he's not on board, you could special summon him again, and he just keeps special summoning himself. So I thought that that's a really powerful card for this deck, because I mean, to be honest, with Verde Anaconda, he's pretty much the new mermaid. You just need 2 monsters on board and you have Dragoon. You know, I don't know what else to say about that. So another 2 of we play is Effect Veiler. He's a level 1, he's a tuner, he's also a hand trap, and you can't have enough hand traps in this meta right now. You need to probably stop your opponent as much as possible. We'll go over the extra deck and my side deck, which is still in the works, but you know, you'll see kind of the mentality of what you kind of need to prepare for. But we use Veiler, you know, to summon some link monsters. We use Veiler as a hand trap. We use Veiler to get Dragoon out and other things as well. So I have 19 monsters all together. I would like to try to see if you guys would like me to post up the deck, you know, each card. Yeah, that way you guys can take a screenshot of it. You can build it yourself and you can try it out, you know, on whatever you want to try it out in real life. If you want to try it out on, you know, digital, you know, whatever you guys like to play it on. I know some people use phone apps. I know people use computer apps to be able to play this. So I'll do that for you once I'm done with the deck profile, so you guys can see each individual card and you guys can screenshot it so you have a deck profile. Now we will go on to the spells. So let me start off. We play 13 spells, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what spells they are. We play 3 Dark Magical Circle. I mean, you can't have a Dark Magician deck without playing 3 of this card because of its banishing effect. It kind of keeps control on your opponent. And what can I say? It's a very unique and awesome card. I mean, you get to technically stack your deck, and it's a +1. Well, not a +1. It's a 0 because you have to activate the card. You get 1 card if it's a Dark Magician itself or it's a spell trap with Dark Magician in its text. So also it has a banishing effect. So whenever Dark Magician is special or normal summoned, you get to banish a monster, or actually not even a monster, a card on your opponent's field. That could be anything: spell, trap, monster, field. You can just banish it, remove it from play. And people forget that when Dark Magician's normal summon, sometimes you might be in a tight bind. Someone might have a floodgate on you, and you could just tribute the monster, normal summon Dark Magician, and it still goes off. Very powerful card. The fact that you also get to stack your deck, so that way you know what the next draw is to help you for your next turn. Next, another soul card. We play 3 Soul Servant. I love this card. This card is kind of another boost to the deck. You can't go wrong with it. It pretty much gives you any Dark Magician card you need. You need Magician Souls, you need Rod, you need Eternal Soul, you need Dark Magician himself, you need Apprentice, you need I believe Dark Magician Girl counts. Yeah, because it has Dark Magician in her text. So any Dark Magician cards, even the new trap card, Dark Rival, or Darkest Rival, Best Rivalry, even that card, you can search it out to be able to go into your plays. So what this card does is it stacks that card on the deck, on top of the deck. And you can activate that 3 times. That's not once per turn. The only once per turn clause is in the graveyard effect. So with this card, you activate it, stack Magician Souls. If you have Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl or any of the Oracle Palladium monsters, you can draw up to 4 cards. In this deck profile, you can draw 2. And I'll go over a combo with that with you guys later on in the video, so make sure to stay tuned for that and hit the like button for that, because I don't see a lot of deck profiles give out a lot of combos. Usually they do a separate video of combos, but I'm going to do it in this one. To hell with it. I'm going to break all the rules in this case. So yeah, you dump one of them and you stack the card, you know, after you dump Magician Souls, or if they're already in the graveyard from some other play you did, you activate that, stack the card, draw 2 or draw 1, depending on which one of those monsters are in your deck or in your graveyard. So here are 2 ofs. I play 2. Where art thou? You're asking yourself, what the hell? What does that do? This card pretty much searches a level 1 monster. You take 2,000 damage if you don't normal summon that level 1 monster, but where it doesn't matter. I mean, with Dragoon and all the rest of the stuff we have in this deck, the 2,000 damage is not going to be a lot, and you can pretty much take that gamble. I mean, you just have to control a level 1 monster, and then you can add a level 1 monster. That's pretty much it. You don't need to sacrifice or tribute or anything. You could just straight out add a level 1 monster from your hand. So if you have Magician Souls, you special summon, you activate Where Art Thou, get Jester Confiend, another special summon, get Veiler, you know, to help you for your next turn against your opponent. Whatever, you can end your turn with getting a Veiler in your hand, a free Veiler, as long as you have a level 1 monster on your hand. So this is a good searcher for us to be able to continue our plays and get more bodies on board. Part of the draw engine, I play 2 Allure of Darkness. Those are first ed ultimate rares, just to let you guys know. I'm kind of a rarity whore, can't go wrong with that. I'm a big fan of the foil. So we got our Allure. Obviously everybody knows what Allure does. Draw 2, banish 1 dark. We play enough dark monsters in this deck where it's not going to hurt us too bad. And then we'll go to our one-ofs. I play 1 Red Eyes Fusion, obviously. Play 1 Magicalized Fusion, another obvious answer, and another one of Secrets of Dark Magic. Now, with Red Eyes Fusion, obviously it's for Verde Anaconda, or if you just have it in your hand. Magicalized Fusion is if you need to bring another Dragoon and you just banish 1 Dark Magician and your Red Eyes, you can bring out another Dragoon. Or you can bring out another boss monster that I have that's 4,500 attack, which I believe his name is Quintet Magician. You know, we have enough spellcasters, we have more than 5 that we can banish with different names to be able to pop off his effect to nuke your opponent's board. Obviously, Secrets of Dark Magic is to help out with the combo plays as well, because you can also FTK with that card. I mean, you have Dark Magician and you have Red Eyes and you have some other cards. You attack, flip that during the battle phase. You can bring out, you know, the Dark Magicians. You can bring out, let's say, Dragoon if you have a dragon on board. Whatever you need to be able to push for more damage. And also it's stackable with Magician, with Soul Servant. You can actually stack it from the graveyard or your deck or your hand. That's another thing I forgot to mention about Soul Servant. You can actually stack from your deck, grave, or hand, one of the Dark Magician cards you need. Alrighty, so that's it for our spell cards. Let's go into the traps. Once again, I play 13 spells. So now we're going into the traps, and the trap lineup's pretty small. There is 1 card missing that I'd probably switch out later on for something else, one of these traps. But once I get my hands on another one, because I lost that card. So hit the like button for that, guys. I actually lost a card, or leave me an F in the comments below. It's pretty sad because it's a very expensive card right now, and it's very impactful in the meta game right now. So I also play 3 Eternal Soul. I mean, what Dark Magician deck doesn't play Eternal Soul? You have to play Eternal Soul. I played at 3. Some people play it at 2. Some people play it at 1. I mean, I feel the more copies you have, the better, because your opponent is going to target that card one way or another. Without a doubt, your opponent will attack that card. So plus with Harpy Feather Duster off the ban list, yeah, for sure, your opponent's probably going to go for that. So it's a good thing to try to make the Dragon Knight Dark Magician so you can protect that. So now we're going to our 2-ofs. I play 2 Infinite Impermanence. It should be at 3, but this is the card I lost. I actually lost one. So like, once again, let me get an F in the chat or in the comments, so that way I can get some support. Hopefully I can purchase another copy in some time when it goes down a little bit. I mean, getting close to $90 is pretty insane. So I play that. Here we go for some Floodgates. I mean, Infinite Impermanence is, everybody knows what that does. If you don't, it's basically a hand trap that can't be called by the grave, even though called by the grave is by 1. So it's a trap that's very useful, very utility to be able to negate an opponent's monster effect. If you set it, it also blocks a column where a spell trap is set. So if I were to set it, let's say in my middle column, I activate on my opponent's turn. If my opponent were to activate a spell or trap in that same column on that same turn that I activated it, his spell or traps are negated automatically. So it doesn't even allow it to activate, and just destroys it. So it's a loss of a card for them. Let's go into Goes In matches. The other 2-of I play. Obviously, it's a Floodgate. It's to prevent your opponent from controlling another attribute. A lot of decks play different attributes, so you might want to activate that once they get, you know, a light monster or 2 monsters with different attributes on there, so that way they can have to get rid of one and it might stop their play completely. Now, this meta right now, from I'm looking at, is a lot of spam. So to be able to prevent that spam, we have to, you know, limit what decks can do, what other competitive decks can do a little bit to slow them down just a teensy bit to give us the advantage. I mean, for all those main decks, like, you know, anything that plays all darks, all earths, you know, dinosaurs, etc., you know, then you might have a little bit of a problem, but it's a good card to slow it down. And the last 1-of I play, pretty much, like I said, it's 8 traps. I play Destined Rivals. It's pretty much a great was it Azathoth? It's a great Azathoth for the deck. I mean, it's searchable. It's good for going, obviously it's a going first card because you want to set it, but it can also be used going second or third or late game, something you might need to be able to break boards. So that does it for the full main deck. Let's go into the extra deck so you guys could see kind of my mentality of what's going on. All right, peoples, we're gonna go into the extra deck. I'm gonna make it nice and sweet, short and sweet, but we play one Exceeds of Ebon Illusion. We play one Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and what's good about this card is you can actually resummon the Red Eyes Black Dragon from the graveyard with this card. You ditch one of the materials, special summon the Red Eyes from the graveyard, so that way you can get the rest of your plays. Obviously, we're gonna play also a Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. We can't go wrong with that. I mean, it's a great card. It's pretty much a staple for the deck, and it gets you out of a lot of problems. We also play one Quintet Magician as well. Like I said, Magical Eyes Fusion. We have more than 5 different spellcasters with different names, so that way we can special summon him and use his effect where it nukes the board pretty much for your opponent. I play 2 Dark Magicians right now, and the reason why I play 2 is because I haven't been able to get my hands on Access Code Talker just yet, and once I get him, this will be brought down to 1. But this is a great card because of its effect. It allows you to draw a card when your opponent, or when a spell or trap or effect is activated, and it doesn't matter whose turn it is. You get to draw a card. If it's a trap or a quick play spell, you can set it that turn and activate on the same turn, and you can draw into an ad trap. So it's a great, powerful card to help you when you need it the most, in my opinion. Last fusion we play is obvious Big Daddy Dragoon. I play 2 because why not? We have to play Dragoon. He's, the boss monster of the deck. It's sad what the OCG did, that they banned him. I hope in the TCG they're smart and they ban Verte Anaconda, because that's what makes the deck or this monster so easy to bring out and a utility for every deck. I mean, Pot of Greed got banned because it could be used in every deck, and especially in multiple numbers. If it's at 3, 2, every deck will play Pot of Greed. Every deck is playing Verte Anaconda, and every deck is sacrificing space to be able to add 2 bricks, a Dark Magician and a Red Eyes, so they can get Dragoon at his most powerful, which is to be able to pop 2 cards. So TCG, just saying, Konami, Verde Anaconda would be the best hit in my opinion. And if you guys don't like that, yell at me in the comments. I don't care. So now we're going to go into the links. Obviously, we play one Verde Anaconda because it's just super easy to bring out. You just need 2 effect monsters. With the amount of cards I have, you're able to get 2 effect monsters pretty much every turn. And you can bring them out, and you can summon Dragoon on your first turn. Next we play Link Spider. In case you are able to, you don't have enough to be able to bring out 2 monsters, you have Dark Magician, you contribute him for Link Spider. It's an effect monster. Then you can special summon Jester Confiend or even Effect Veiler, and you have your 2 effect monsters to be able to bring out Verde Anaconda. The next card we have is Relinquish Armada. It's another great card. We have level 1s. That's all you need is a level 1 monster, and you can bring them out turn 2. Jester Confiend, bring out Armada. If they have something that's in the zone above it, you can steal it, tribute it off to make Verde Anaconda. Next card we play obviously is Imduct. We play Imduct of the World Chalice. It's a dragon. It's a easy link monster to summon off a Dark Magician. You can make Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. You can make Dragoon with Secrets of Dark Magic. Those are just great cards to be able to make. Next we play IP Masquerena, obviously because it is a generic link 2, and it's very good on your opponent's turn to be able to link summon something bigger, or something else that can help out with the deck. Also, I play Crystron Halvo Fly Blacks. I mean, Needle Fiber pretty much. I don't know why Konami had to change its name. If you guys can let me know why they changed its name, but Hollow Fibrax is a weird name for them to make. And the reason why I play it is because we have a tuner, which is Effect Veiler, and there's a little bit of a combo with him where you get, Effect Veiler, Jester Confiend, summon Krishan Hoverfly, get another effect Veiler, and then you can go into, you know, Anaconda or anything else to be able to get your plays going, or you can go into, you know, some of the tune, if you want to use the tuners to go into synchros, you could do that. But it's just a great card because of, you know, how Krishan Hoverfly works. We also play one Celine, which is a great card. The reason why I need access code talker is because of her. I mean, we play enough spells in our deck. Your opponent also plays spells in their deck, and with her effect, if your Dragoon happens to die, you just remove 3 spell counters from her, and you're able to special summon any spellcaster from your deck and place it in one of the zones she's at. So you put it in defense mode, you have Dragoon back on the field, and then if you want, you can go back into access code talker from there to be able to have a 5300 beat stick with 2 removals, because if you did it right, you probably did it with, you'll have Anaconda in there, you'll have Celine in the graveyard, and that's 2 pops. You can get 3 if you use Crystron if you did a play with him as well, so you'll be able to get 3 pops with access code talker to be able to eliminate your opponent's board. So with that being said, that is the extra deck. Well, let's go into the side deck to show you guys a good idea of what to side for your opponent. So now we have the side deck, and I gotta let you guys know the side deck is pretty much situational. You guys gotta have to think about when you're building decks, if you're doing it for your locals, what is your locals mostly playing? You know, are they playing a lot of meta? Is it a lot of rogue? That's what you kind of have to build your side deck to. Now, if you're going to a regional event, a big event, you kind of need to, you know, side deck will probably just be meta, because that's what everybody's going to play. Yeah, you'll come across some rogue, you'll come across some, you know, lower table 500s, you'll come across some dark magician, some blue eyes, you'll come across a lot of things. But I think if you tailor it to just meta, you'll have a pretty nice time to be able to win your opponent and get those W's. So I play 2 Droll and Lockbird. A lot of decks right now, they require a lot of searching, so by Droll locking them, they're not going to be able to search. You know, they'll have to draw. So that's pretty good in that, because it will stop a lot of decks. I mean, if we get Droll and Lockbird, it would hurt us as well. I also play 2 DD Crow. I mean, DD Crow's a great card. I mean, you're able to eliminate a spell, trap, or monster from their graveyard, banish it. It's kind of like a hand trap called by the grave. And the only thing is, it doesn't negate the effect, but I mean, by eliminating a combo piece from them, if the opponent forgot about it, is a big win for us or any other deck out there. I also play 2 Raw Sphere mode. A lot of combos are ending with 3 monsters. Some meta decks are also trying to get around that by just ending their board with 2 monsters. But I mean, yes, it takes up your normal summon, but to be able to get 3 monsters off board that probably have a potential negating power is super big, especially in this current meta right now. I mean, with combo decks all around, this would be a good thing to tech or have it as a side deck option for you in the future or while you're playing. All right, so next I play 1 Pranker Tops. I mean, enough said about that. It special summons itself. It's able to pop something if they target it, chain, pop a card that they have, you know, a field spell, a continuous spell. Just Pranker Tops is really good at utility right now. That's enough said, I could say about that pretty much. So we're also going to play 2 Ash Blossom. I mean, hand traps are really good in the deck, or any deck, and Ash Blossom just says no. So, you know, you could stop your opponent from ditching from the grave, drawing, adding cards. You know, Ash Blossom is just a good, well-rounded card to have. The next I play 3 of is Dark Ruler No More, the original Dark Ruler No More. I play 3. I mean, I keep harping on this, but with all the meta decks that are out there, you will come across a lot of big boards. If you're going second, having this card in your hand, you know, during your going second or on your match 2 or match 3 will help you in the long run, because you're going to be able to negate all their opponents' monster effects, possibly break their board with a lot of things we're doing here, and then you'll be able to more than enough win the round. Simple as that. Last, we play 2 Evenly Matched. Once again, you Dark Ruler or more, then you go into battle evenly matched and leave them with just 1 card. Just doesn't get better than that. If you guys counted, that's only 14. I wanted to add 1 more card, but like I said, I'm still, you know, moving this deck around. I'm kind of happy the way it is. I feel that there could be a little bit of improvement. If you guys think you guys can add or improve anything, let me know. I'd like to know what your guys' opinions are. I like to hear what everybody says. I mean, I like to take constructive criticism. I like to hear and absorb other people's knowledge and other people's ideas to be able to make things better. And if you guys have the right ideas and it actually works out, shit, I might even try it. So don't be afraid to let me know in the comments what you guys think or what you guys think I should change. I really would like to have that, and I'll conversate with you as well. So with that being done and said, that's my side deck. So just keep in mind, it is, situational. It all depends on, it's subjective. It all depends on you and where you're going. So let's say this is your starting hand. Let's get into some of the combos. If this is your starting hand, you got really lucky, but you're gonna able to make Dragoon pretty easily. And I would always recommend normaling the rod first, because if it gets stopped with Ash, it gets stopped with Valor, it gets stopped with Impermanence. A lot of people are going to stop this card as much as possible, but they forget we have a lot of tools now and utilities to be able to still perform what we need and be able to search out what we need. So I would always recommend summoning Rod. If you find other situations, yeah, it happens, but I would summon Rod for his effect. I would either grab Circle or I would grab Soul Servant. Even though we already have it in hand, grab it anyway, because it's going to help you. It's going to keep you going longer into the fight. So you summon Rod, get his effect, then I would activate Magician Souls, summon itself, ditch DMG. That would be the best option, is to ditch DMG right now, because DMG, you don't want to draw into her, if any. So I would ditch DMG, special summon the card, go into Verte Anaconda from here. Let's see here, let me get that. Go into Verte Anaconda, go into Verte, ditch these two for him. Obviously use Verte Anaconda's effect, take 2,000, get the Red Eyes Fusion, dump Dark Magician, dump Red Eyes Black Dragon. Where you at, Red Eyes? Dump Red Eyes Black Dragon. This is what our graveyard looks like right now. Obviously, we're going to special summon Dragoon. Boom. We got Dragoon. And then next, what we're going to do is activate Soul Servant. Stack a card that we need. What would be a good card? Oh, let's see. Shoot, let's just stack Circle. Let's stack Circle. So that's going to be on the top of our deck. We have Circle stacked. We have this in the graveyard. Activate, banish it. We draw Circle, and let's just say by the heart of the cards, we draw into Eternal Soul. Just by the heart of the cards. We +2 because we ditched her. We have Dark Magician in the grave because of Verde, and you're able to get a Pot of Greed off. You'll activate this. See what else you could pick up. Maybe you could pick up another Circle. Maybe you could pick up another Soul Servant. Maybe you'll pick up something else, or you can stack your deck so that way next turn you draw into something that's more useful. You'll set Eternal Soul, and then you have your opponent's turn. You'll have a card. You'll have a couple cards in hand. You'll have a negate Winter Dragoon. We have an interruption with Soul and Circle. I mean, that's a really good hand. You can't go wrong with that. That's pretty much a basic combo, and it's probably your what is it? Butter, potatoes, meat and butter, bread and butter. It's your bread and butter combo. Let's put it that way. It's your bread and butter combo. You can't go wrong with that. Later on in the game, you'll develop more stuff because later on things will happen. Things will get removed. Things will get killed in battle. So this is a bread and butter combo that you can't go wrong with at all. Just having Rod, having Magician Souls in hand is a beautiful, beautiful hand any way possible that you want to go with. So let me see here. I'm trying to give you guys some other ideas of what other hands you can use, because you pretty much just need 2 cards. That's all you need, is really 2 cards to be able to get this going. Trying to see what other, instead of this, let's go with here we go. So let's say this is your hand. You're obviously gonna have 2 other cards, but this is your main. You have Jester, Apprentice, and Where Art Thou. I would special summon Jester, activate Where Art Thou. Let's get Magician Souls. That's what I would go for. Magician Souls or Effect Veiler. But let's go with Magician Souls because it can special summon itself. Activate Magician Souls. Ditch DMG once again. We're gonna ditch DMG. And we go into Verte Anaconda. So all it takes is 2 monsters, and your hands are gonna be pretty much that. Then we go into Verte's effect, get Dragoon. We're gonna ditch these 2. And we have Verte and Dragoon on the field. We have a loaded graveyard, and we have her in hand. Obviously, their hand is gonna be 5 or 6, depending on what you know, if you went first or second. So with that, you could have 2 other cards. So you have a negate with that. You also have a way to buff it as well if your opponent tries to attack over it. And you're already set up if you can get Magician Souls. Excuse me. If you can get Soul Servant off, you can draw 2. Pretty much any combination of cards are going to get you this combo one way or another, without a doubt. Now, in the previous one with Magician Souls, you can on your poster bring Dark Magician back, get a banish off, and then if you needed to, you can go into Celine, because all you have to do is go into Link Spider with, oh no, you need to have at least 1 spellcaster for Celine, so you probably use Magician's Rod or something like that. But those are some bread and butter combos that you can get with this deck. I mean, the fact that you're able to search a lot of the cards with Where Art Thou is very important. I mean, all of these 3 cards are free special summons. Yeah, these are 3 free special summons right here. What more do you want? I mean, you can easily special summon into anything you need. You have draw power with Allure. You have draw power with Soul Servant. You can stack your deck with Dark Magical Circle. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a combo video. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the bottom at the comment section. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. I can't, harp on that enough, because that helps support the channel to be able to get the big numbers, so that way I can do this at some point full time. But let me know what you guys thought. Make sure to like and subscribe. I keep repeating myself with that because I'm so excited. I like doing this. I really do. This really helps me relax and it gets me going. So I really hope you guys enjoy this deck profile, and I will see you guys in the next video.